good evening, depending on where you're going to be joining us from. I'm always excited to come in here. So as soon as you're coming in, kindly just in. My goodness, kindly just indicate. Dio, are you currently here now? I don't know. I'm really having a very good laugh. That you came in early for once. You know, today was very busy for me, very busy. So please, as soon as you come in, kindly indicate if today is your first time. Also indicate, hey, how you doing, GTA 5? How you doing? Very busy. So please, as soon as you come in, kindly indicate if today is your first time. How am I hearing myself twice? Hey, how you doing, GTA 5? Why am I hearing myself twice? Trying to take out all the takeout tables. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. Good to see you. I'm coming. Give me one moment. Something is going on. Okay. So awesome. Good evening, everyone. Please, as soon as you come in, indicate that you're here. If you're coming for the first time, please do well to also inform me. If you can hear me crystal clear, kindly say that you can hear me crystal clear. I think I was hearing myself on my second device as well, so that we can quickly go on with today's course. Awesome. So please, if you can hear me, GTA, good to see you. Welcome back. So how did your vacation go? Oh, awesome. This is very beautiful. So if today is your first time, anyone who is probably coming today for the first time, kindly indicate as well, so that we can at least just have you in mind. Can as well have you in mind while we're talking today. Like we are seeing that. For me, I'm becoming a lot more excited because I can't wait to go back to my itineraries. Hi, Favor. Good to see you. I think, Favor, this is the first time we're seeing you here, right? Kindly let us know if today is your first time. Good evening, Rosa. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I think I saw Dio. Dio said that this was the first time he was coming very early. My goodness. Awesome. So, yay, Sophie is back. How was the retreat? Good to see you all. So I hope you've started creating content. Okay, so we're going to be very fast today. Like I said, Jesus, I have a lot on my table. I can't wait to go back. And I think one of the mistakes I made was posting. I posted on LinkedIn before this live, so that was why I needed to push back a bit, because I kind of moved my itineraries backwards to focus on it. And usually once your LinkedIn post is live and you're not there, oh no, the algorithm will play with you. And this was actually supposed to be a very good post, but since I have decided to focus on my community, which is you all, I'm already kissed the opportunity goodbye. But it's a very good post. What I will do is I might just end up reposting it again another time. Okay, so awesome. Good evening, everyone. Oh, so Favor, this is your first time. Good to see you as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. If today is your first time, so I'm going to probably be doing quick introduction for everybody who comes in early for the first time, so that we can all be on the same page, right? Once you come into the camp, you already have a template for your 30 days calendar. Please, if you've seen that in the group, just let me know. If you have the template, I think what I'll do is that from now on, I'll add it to the form. Let me just write it somewhere. So if you have seen the 30-day calendar, please let me know immediately. If you have, please let me know. The 30 days calendar that is specific for your niche. Calendar to form. Okay, so I'm just waiting for you. Favor, and then that's a form. If you could type quickly. Anyway, I know that network can be somewhat. So today, like I said, we're going to push really, really fast because this one is the particular one that lots of people don't get right. A lot of freelancers have issues with that, including workers all across. So if you're probably just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Like I said, this is our 30 days monetization course, and in all of it we taught literally everything from you trying to find out what you can serve. Let's say this is you're a newbie, you're just coming up on LinkedIn, you don't even know anything, right? You're just coming on LinkedIn, you don't know anything. The next thing is this course, because we took you literally from not knowing anything to deciding what you want to serve with, optimizing your profile, optimizing your Upwork, job search. We created resume in this. Okay, awesome. Okay, Sophie, but I already sent you the calendar. I sent you the prompt for the calendar. That prompt that when we met, that prompt I gave you was what you need to just have it as a calendar, so that every day you already know that, okay, this is what you're supposed to be creating or what you're going to be sending out per day. Okay, awesome. So back to my conversation a bit, right? So from, if you say you don't know anything, this is your first time, you don't even know anything about online, making money online, either as somebody who works or somebody who is going to be earning, right? Or somebody who will have a job. Like I said, we had 5 pillars. I'm not going to discuss all that now. So if you're just joining in, as soon as we're done with this live, or you have chance tomorrow, start from day one. Like I said, the community is open for you. You can always ask questions where necessary, right? And I've said it over and over again. It's always better you ask questions within the community, because a lot of people send me personal DMs and I'm like, please try and avoid that, because it will help me to pay attention to you all. I've already made up my mind that everybody who is there is kind of my business, right? So any question you ask me within the community, I'm kind of not so obligated though, but me and every other person who has benefited will be more than excited to definitely let you in. Okay, so I think Favor Days, this is your first time, you're welcome. Please, let's help celebrate her. I don't know if there's something wrong with her network, because I tried to ask her some questions which she has not answered. But thank you so much, Ruth, Sophie, for clearing that out. Yes, good evening, Rabiatu. How are you doing? Okay, or good evening from my end of the world, right? So, like we said, we have done literally everything that a freelancer would need to be armed with. Like I said, even if you decide not to be a freelancer and you want to be like the business aspect of freelance, like your freelance business, which I suggested to everybody, I told everybody in this camp, right? Community, business, job, all of them, you must find different phases of your business. For me, especially because I'm taking these classes, I literally how to okay, something is going on here. Haliel, you don't start. We already know that this is your first time coming here, so you're welcome. I know you are the one. Okay, so awesome. So everybody, like we said, we're already rounding up. All these people who are coming late, no problem. We already have a template. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a system. The only thing is that I'll make sure everybody who enters before 31st, I'll allow them to take through the course. They can be asking questions once, and then I'll give some weeks grace. After that, we'll shut down everything, all our systems, and then it becomes automated. That's exactly what I'm hoping that everybody who has listened to me to this point is doing, right? So we said if you are started from day one, literally you can take your course content and sell it at the end. Okay, so I discussed for those people who are joining, please calm down, there's no pressure. We did content creation, we did video editing, just very simple video editing, like literally everything you need as a freelancer or as someone who wants to start their business remotely. We did all that here. We talked about content creation, we talked about international job opportunities, platforms. In fact, we currently have links in the group. So for those who are joining in, I'll just admonish that you go to, and you're interested in jobs, right? You just go to our course. When we did international job opportunities, I think for 3 days. So there everything down to the prompts and to our resumes, we created all that. So if you're interested, if you joined in, so I'm saying it now because I'm going to have a lot of my healthcare professionals coming, because I sent some of the link very recently. I don't know, it just came to me that my classmates, most of them are not here, and they don't know what we've been talking about. So I sent it to my group. So I have a lot of medical people coming in. So please, if you're part of the people in my school, ABU DLC, please kindly indicate, because I know that I feel like I would still need to take an extra separate class for you guys. But for the purpose of this camp, you just check on all my lives. You just see international job opportunities. Once you look through them, right, once you go over them, you're going to see some of the things that we've done. We broke it down. We helped everybody create a resume, and then a few other things. Yes, a resume. Then what else? Optimize our profile, whether LinkedIn, Upwork, all of them. So we did all that under international remote work opportunities. So that, and then we now sent links into the group. So a lot of people who are interested in jobs are already applying. So I'll say it again, please don't apply until you've watched the videos, because if you don't watch the videos, you just make unnecessary mistakes. So I said, for the purpose of today, let's go real quick. I hope that I'm going to end very fast. I don't know, I'm a bit exhausted today. You can even see my eyes are red, but I just wanted to make sure that I keep my words. That's why I still showed up. Okay, so we're going to be discussing essentially, like we said, we've done the first pillar of pricing, right? Being able to sort your mindset. That's what we did yesterday. So if you missed yesterday, kindly go back to yesterday and wash your mind, like brush your brain, right? Open your heart, because money is very easy, right? Money is not hard. Money is not too much. Money is just one measure of value. It's not even every one of it. So it means that if it's just one measure of value, then at least you should have it. That's what it means. And then there's nothing too big to ask for money for, right? When you serve people, it's okay to get comfortable with asking them for your money. So from yesterday, we already had done budgeting, right? So I told you all, I don't know, I didn't see anything in the group, but I told you all to make a list of what you think you'd need. Because I told you guys again, most times when people are charging people like that, if you see their gadgets, some of these guys, if you see some of their gadgets and what they do, like all the things they buy, you understand why they are charging you. And I told you outrightly, you should go and write your own list as well. So whether you browse through, write your instruments and all that, because the goal is, the thing with online business that a lot of people don't understand, right? Freelance business, remote business, right? International job opportunities, is that when people are interviewing you, they are also looking at your aesthetics, your camera, okay, whether you're using a BF phone or you're using just many things, like if your camera is 4K, how it's transmitting, if you have network error. So people have lost jobs. I told you guys now, when I went for an interview together with some of my colleagues, what happened was that they said it outrightly. Everybody has gotten the job. That's what they said. Everybody has gotten the job. So what they said is, but once during the interview, your internet just shakes and you fall off, right? Once during the interview, your internet just shakes and you fall off, they lock the group, the link permanently. You can't come in again. So it's just them trying to hold you up to the highest standard. So just in case you think that maybe when you make money, or the money you make, online money that you make, is one serious thing, it's not serious. So the same way you set up you buy your shop, just imagine that you want to start an online business, or you're setting up your, what did you call it? You're setting up your workstation. The same way you rent a shop. Okay, so this may being a little bit cruel, or what's the word? In the 80s, the same way you rent shop is the same way you should set up your workplace at any corner of your house to meet the aesthetics of the demand of the particular niche that you're serving. And I've told you severally, I would admonish as much as possible, right? When people want to get you to do any particular thing, ensure you get them to jump on a call with you, especially if you have set up those things excellently well. It kind of also gives the person an opportunity not to price you anyhow. And the truth is, the reason why they can't even price you anyhow is because they know that you are an aesthetic person, and probably if they bring you on board to meet some other persons, like I told you, I got a job where the cameras, they'll tell you to turn on your camera, so you guys will all be on a grid, so everybody will be seeing you from the time of you're starting your job to when you take on a break. Like, you'll be viewed in. So if you don't have all those things set up, like you're still having imposter syndrome about your house and all that, you just make up plans. That's part of the things we said yesterday. Just write it down. Just write, okay, I'll be needing to repaint one corner of my house. I'll be needing to change my curtain. I'll be needing to probably set up a particular space, and how much would this cost? Just go around your vicinity, make those budgets, pricing and all that. Like I said, for online, right, you are not just charging for your value that you're offering, you are also charging for your comfort. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. You're also charging for your comfort. So let's say somebody tells you that they want to pay you 50K. I'm just assuming, God forbid, 50K as a virtual assistant. Do you know what how many people it will take you to work with to get to 1 million per month? 50K is like 100. It's not even 100. Is it 100 people? You people should help me be mathing now. 50K times 20 people. You need to work with 20 entrepreneurs. Literally, you need to work with 20 entrepreneurs for you to make up the 1 million per month, if you're looking to have that. Yes. So yes, that's the word. Please, if you're hearing me twice, I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm hearing a sound somewhere. Please, guys, help me. Can you hear me crystal clear? And it's distracting me. Oh, is it my laptop that is doing this thing? Please, if you can hear me crystal clear, let me know. Thank you so much for the likes. I can see that. Thank you so much. Okay, awesome. So I think I'll just turn down my volume completely. So like I said again, you're charging for comfort and for value, because part of comfort is aesthetics, right? You don't want to give the person an opportunity to think of you like in Hausa. I grew up in the north, so in Hausa it's called kaura. That's what they call that thing. Like, people that are just anyhow. I mean, 50. So let's say somebody prices you, and what you told the person is 50K. Do you know what it means to make 1 million per month? It means that you need to get 20 people to work for, and trust me, you're going to be worn out. So let's say if your goal is 1M per month, it might just be to work with 3 strong people or 2 strong persons, while you keep others on the pipeline. Like, keeping others on the pipeline might be just goodwill. Sometimes entering, let's say at one point somebody came to you and asked you how much you charge, and the person went over it and all that, and then the person probably was feeling that it was too expensive, and the person goes off. The goal is to also keep them in the loop somehow, because like I said, to get high ranking clients, right, you have to literally nurse them into conversion. Like I told you guys, from what we closed with yesterday, we said that it is not when somebody just tells you, okay, social media manager, I'm going to pay you 50,000, or no, why am I just using 50,000 today? Okay, social media manager, I'm going to pay you 500,000. This is what I want you to do. And the person said, just write posts, likes and comments. I told you the first thing you're going to say, thank you very much, ma, for this opportunity to work with you, but I would like to do one thing first of all for you. Can you kindly send me your profile link so that I can vet? Because it's another thing to work with you, and it's another thing to produce these results that you're requiring. Some people's KPIs will just tell you, grow my account to 50,000 or grow my account to 100,000 followers. But by the time you see what you have to work with, you can now start telling the person that, oh, okay, look at your profile is not a proper profile. I will suggest you go for this. I will suggest you do this. If you'd want me to, let's say you have I also said, so most people who are social media managers, you might want to look into studying properly, okay, how to do profile optimization, because by the time you see what the person is offering you, you can tell the person, just the thing is that we are essentially not talking about money right now. I think there's literally almost everything wrong with the setup that I'm having to work with. So for the purpose of my work with you, I will admonish you that if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your account will change in a month. But if you want perfunctory, there's no problem. You just want me to just likes and comments, I'm going to give you that. But then based on all that we've talked about, how we've emphasized that visibility is not monetization, how it can scale her business, that's why you need to study. And for one of the things I will say again, when you're jumping on a call, a one-on-one call with anybody, please prepare slides. Prepare slides is the easiest thing you can do now. Even the person will shock. I promise you. When you prepare slides, you just say, okay, ma, thank you so much for the opportunity. I can see that you're looking for this. Now, what I'm talking about now, in this process, what I'm talking about essentially is inbound leads. It means that those people came from those contents you have been creating over the week. So I said the goal is to have very quality clients, even if they are 2 or 3 per month, so that you're not stressed unnecessarily, right? So if you have 2 clients that are paying you 1 million, or let's say you have 4 clients that are paying you $10,000 per month, you already won, right? But there is the how. Okay, there are some preparations, there are some setups for that. So I've told you now, based on the monies that you probably have now, for some of you who have already started earning, just make a list of the things you need to get, because you need to upgrade. If you need to get a webcam, get. If you need to get your lights, get. Because you will need to be jumping on a call. Sometimes when people hear you, they will understand essentially what you have to offer. And like I said, please don't jump on a one-on-one call with a client that you're looking to charge probably $2,000 and above, even 1,000, even if it's 500K that you want to charge, without having a prepared slides. Please, I'm speaking from experience. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so this is all these things that we're talking about is what literally wets the ground for pricing. So by the time the person sees that, okay, number one, you kept the time, you have a Calendly, which we told you guys. I'm hoping that everybody already in the group has created their Calendly, and I told you Calendly is free. You can use the free version, and the free version, you can add your Zoom link to it, or your Google Meet link, or include your Google Meet setup on it. So once any of your clients, I'm hoping that all of you, if you're probably just coming for the first time, okay, so somebody, if you're just coming for the first time, right, we've already done profile optimization, and part of our profile optimization was that we said we're going to put our, what do they call it, our link to our Calendly on our feature session, so that anybody who clicks can literally just book. Once anybody enters your one-on-one, have a designated slides that you will just prepare. Don't talk to the person from forehand and the person just coming. Like I said, from all the assignments and everything that we'll be doing from day 1 to now, all of you already have community slides, right? You already have services slides. Right now, we're literally closer to the end, where you're probably supposed to be preparing your pricing test. So that's why we're talking about this. But I'm still considering those who are probably coming in for the first time. So I'm still going to ask, please, if today is your first time, kindly indicate, so let's know how we can help you. Okay, please don't watch. And if you guys have gotten me up until this point, please let me know that you heard me, and then I've not said anything that is over your head. Like, everything I've said is easy, and you've got it. Please let me know. I think the biggest mistake I made was to post before coming here. They're just distracting me with inbox. Sorry, excuse me. Awesome. So if you can hear me crystal clear, kindly indicate you can hear me. My goodness, I'm just having messages on LinkedIn. I'm so sorry for them. If there's anybody there, I'm possibly going to leave hanging this night. They should forgive me. I eventually just put the link to the class on the post. I'm hoping that any person might probably just luckily see it. But if today is your first time, kindly let us know, so that we can, even in my conversation, I'll try to simplify. Like I said, we've literally gone very far. So I said, essentially, when you are setting up your pricing tiers, you're not just saying, that's why a lot of people will say, is it for this thing that you're charging me? You're not just charging for your value, right? You're charging for time spent, that's number one. You're charging for value, and you're also charging for your comfort. So the goal is, and finally, the last pillar is that you're charging to sustain the business. You're charging to sustain the business. So you're literally saying, okay, if you really believe in what you're offering, if what I'm offering, then please, is it possible that you can invest into the future? So I'll tell you how we can break that down into how we can charge. So that you understand why somebody else is charging $2,000 as a social media manager, and you, in your mind, all you want is probably $5 per hour, $10 per hour. And I told you guys, right, is that hustle culture, that hustling spirit. When you're always, your goal is, I just want to hustle, I just want the likes and the comments, you're not thinking value centered. That's when you probably will not see how much you're bringing in to anyone. And that's why I told you guys, if you have sat down through this training, you will now understand that you have even gotten to the point where you can be advising your clients on even their monetization. If you see that some of the structures they are put in place, or their business growth strategies literally is not as strong, from some of the things that you've practiced, you might just want to, okay, sorry guys, they're just sending me messages. Oh, this is bad. Okay, back to my conversation. Okay, so all you have to do is that you might just have to ensure, you need to ensure that you're putting in place, okay, not just the fact that you're going to be receiving money for your time spent, you're going to be receiving money for the value that you're offering, you're going to also be receiving money for the future of the business. Because like I said, if you pack up, so the reason why after a while some of you will say social media manager, and you have worked every month they're paying you 100,000, 200,000. After a while you'll be tired, and you just tell yourself, and you know the difference between online work job and on ground job. I think we discussed it yesterday, but I can say it again. Part of it is that if you are not being enumerated enough, once you get tired, you can easily just quit. Online things are not as palpable, so quitting tendencies are almost like 100%. So you see a lot of people who started this journey with us, like when we started the Phoenix Gates, we had in fact, the people that have passed through Phoenix Gates are in thousands of numbers. But because it's online, right, and if you don't pay attention to your pricing system as an online business person or business or community, you're going to be exhausted sooner or later, and you'll be feeling used. I've seen a lot of people like that, especially virtual assistants. I don't know, there's something essentially wrong with some of your trainings. Most of the people I've seen enter my DM, they always have this desperacy locked around them. They just want to get, ma, please just help me. Is it possible for you to say, ma, please just help me, and they ask you what is your price, then you now send a $1,000 bill? Do you think it's possible that anybody would take you seriously, like after begging, instead of providing solutions? So you can see that when we discussed our course about outbound lead, that is us going out for people ourselves, I told you exactly, I taught all of us here about the sandwich method, so that you don't get to the place where you are like the one begging, right? Once you beg, you've literally shot yourself on the foot. And what it essentially means is that the person will just feel like, okay, it's not like I even need you, but since you say that this is what you can do, let me just like some of the clients that are international clients that I had on board, like for the month of April, some of them, because of these classes that I'm taking, I had to forestall them a bit, because I wanted to individualize their company. This kind, I'm working with you. I want to know what your problems are. And until I have that much time, I might not push that agenda yet. In fact, some of that person might actually be on this call. I don't know. But there's somebody who is currently in the community who wants me to handle their company's sorry God. Their company's platform internationally. And I said outwardly, of course, I already have my pricing tiers, everything in pounds. That's what I did. I did not write, I was not careful. So I say it again, because if you have followed everything we have been talking about up until now, you understand that you have 5 pillars. The one that you're going out to people, the ones that are coming in to meet you, your content that will consistently remind people that you're in the business, right? And then your ability to convert your visibility across all platforms into what we are doing now. So like we said, so the most beautiful thing you're going to do for yourself, okay, now that we know that we need to pay attention to these 4 things. So your time, you're charging for your time, you're charging for the value that the person will get. Charging for your time can include consultations, right? You spend time research on the person. When you're coming to meet the person, you tell the person that you were able to research and you saw this loophole, you saw that loophole, this. Then you're charging for your value, what you plan to offer the person, right? Then you're also charging again, like we said, for comfort, and you're charging to sustain the business. So those are the 4 main pillars of charges. Literally, you won't see it like this anywhere. For me, from my meditations, I've realized that if you don't do this particular thing that I'm talking to you about, I realize that a lot of persons after a while, especially freelancers, literally give up. Okay, so good evening, Blessing. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you as well. Please introduce yourself properly and let me know. Let me know your niche. If you don't, there's no pressure. Like I said, I know that there's certain of my classmates are going to be coming in for the first time, and I said I was going to help. Yes, I figured out. Okay. So I said I was going to help us out. What I will do is I will put the link for the international job opportunities, like how you can optimize your LinkedIn, Upwork, and all of that, and then the job opportunities, the job links as well. But like we said, hey God, these classes are super holistic classes. Yes, please, let's go ahead and welcome. Them. Today I'm not going to stay long, guys. Please, you're going to forgive me, okay? Because I have a lot. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. So I haven't placed thoughts, right? Haven't put your heart on these 4 particular pillars where you can be charging from. So once you put your eyes on these 4 pillars, right, the goal will now be that there is no money that is too much to pay you. You're going to keep telling yourself, right, even if it's $2,000 per month, it's too small. $10,000 per month is too small. $20,000 per month is too small. $30,000 per month is too small, because by the time you break down this money into these 4 main pillars, you can see that there's nothing that is too much for you. The only goal is, as soon as monies are coming in, make sure that you are upgrading your structures. You're buying things, you're building your workstation. For some of you, you might need to hire eventually, like just like what I would have done last year. But because I'm still with my kids at this point, I told myself, okay, I'm going to move it. And after my children's 2nd year birthday, I would definitely consider moving the Phoenixgateshq to a busy platform, like an on-ground platform where people can literally walk in, learn, do businesses, create content and all that. So you can imagine the aesthetics that will be involved in something like that. And until you start seeing pictures like that, you'll be thinking that $10,000 is a big deal, or probably $5,000 is a big deal, or $1,000 is a big deal. So I'm saying it now, even if you've never earned such before, just put it in mind that, okay, I know exactly where this money is going to when it comes. I know exactly how I can make sure that monies come to me. Now, once you have paid attention to these 4 pillars, the question will be, when you are developing your clients onboarding, or you're preparing your presentation. Clients onboarding is usually, okay, now the person has said yes, the person wants to work with you. You're going to quickly still send them a form, just so that they can define their KPIs clearly, and so that all of you can agree, so that you don't get to a point where after working for somebody the person feels unsatisfied. For me, I think it's a very bad thing. For me personally, as a business person, I think it's better you don't meet people than for you to meet them and leave them with a bad taste. I feel very, very, in fact, it can cause a whole lot of ripple effects. I know that most people, especially cultural people, they'll just say, or spiritual people, they'll just say, I beg you, forget about them, Jesus will provide another one. Please don't be that kind of person, right? Try and avoid all those kinds of things. Just make sure that whatever it is that anybody told you was super clear, and you're able to meet the needs of the person, and then you move on. Okay, so that's beautiful. Blessing, I can see you. Yes, I just remembered, health and data analytics, I think we're having a new batch coming up. So I'm going to teach what do they call it, job application specific to medical niche there as well. So please just look out for Dr. Solomon. Just look out for Dr. Solomon and make sure that you're following up very well, because I think usually his first class are free. I don't know if you're not already in the data analysis class for health personnel. So I'll take one-on-one. I'll help everybody that will be there to optimize and all that. So if you missed, you've still not missed completely, right? So I don't want you to feel confused. Anything that we're saying here, I'm in the business of not using highfalutin words, like words that are unnecessarily bogus. No, I don't do that. I just make sure that whatever it is that I'm saying is simplified, right? Okay, so we said, so that no matter the amount anybody wants to give you, you don't feel like it's one huge money. Oh, let me just quickly collect this money now because I might not have another one. And that's the desperation most times I get from the tone of a lot of people who come into my DM who say they're looking for opportunities across those platforms. So I've told you already, at least now I've given you holistic mind view and what you should expect when you want to work with people. Another thing will be when they send you those links, finding out where they are from. Let's say somebody is connecting with you from the US. Charge them based on what is normal for them. I'll say it again. Pay attention to your geography, right? Before you jump on that one-on-one call, right? The person sent you a message and came into your DM, or either way, go to the person's profile, check location and everything. Ensure that your cost is appropriate for the location, else the person will look down on you. I'm telling people this thing because these are some of the mistakes that I made when I started. And trust me, hey, you will not even believe it. I just did a monetize. I had already charged people and I brought them into the camp. When I taught them monetization, somebody within the camp charged somebody within the camp, and it was literally in, can I even remember how many figures? Almost in 7 figures or 8 figures. She charged that one person. So in her, I think the lady, when she eventually paid for my one-on-one meeting, she needed just one class, and her whole community and everything went from 0 to 100 real quick. So now in that case, if I was paying attention to her location, once she sent me a DM and said she wanted a one-on-one, I would just see consultation fee, this thing. And like I said, when you want to charge high like that, ensure you jump on calls, because if anybody is going to pay you that much, it's going to require trust. And you even showing up, you being on time, you being this and that, it's going to help that person say, oh, they know you. And then ensure that you are consistently building your online platform as well. Because like I told you guys, okay, I think it was Sunday when I was invited to speak, I said your personal brand, that is your social media profile across what do they call it, platforms, actually can be your retirement plan. So please, if you need to put your 2-factor authentication, anything that will protect your account, please do it, because like I said, those are the reason why anybody would want to work with you in the first place without knowing you from Adam. So back to our thoughts for the night. So if you have any questions up until now, please just let me know. Okay, so like I said, when I was talking about your comfort, your lifestyle, I'm also talking about, the reason why I'm talking about comfort and lifestyle, especially for an online business, is because even how you look matters, right? Even the quality of your camera and a whole lot. If you are not looking like what you want to charge anybody, they will not even take you seriously. That's why consistently, I've seen them on LinkedIn, some of those Nigerian ladies who are in the UK and the US. By the time you go onto their profile, some of them, I follow them down to all other platforms, and when I see them, I'm just like, Jesus, what's the meaning of this? And some of them, they cannot even talk half of the way you talk, but then they'll charge higher because they've paid attention to all these opportunities. They've been able to get all the required amenities to ensure that their clients don't experience any pain. So the next thing we're going to go is the tiered service payment. So make sure that all your products are tiered. Make sure. So you've gone for a comedy event, and they will say, what's the word now? Free entry. They can go from free entry, then the next will be, they will say couples, then they will say 10 round tables, then they will say 20 round tables, then they will say the front row or gold platinum tickets. All these things is to make sure that you're able to give people an option, right? And when you're creating your third packages, please, like I said, one of the first thing you're going to do is that, like when we discussed earlier, when we were discussing our budget, and I told you to have a list of what you need, right? So but in this case now, you're going to have a list of value that you would want to offer. Let's say somebody meets you and comes on board and say, okay, I would want you to be my social media manager. You should have tiers up to the level of, okay, first off, if you just want me to do comments and what do they call it? Comments and like with 1 hour, spending 1 hour per day, posting, preparing content across one platform, across 3 platforms. You should already have that. So tier 1, as much as possible, when you are curating your pricing package, one of the first things I will always tell everybody is have a minimum you cannot go below, right? Have a minimum. And like I said, if somebody says likes and comments, and let's say you have 5 clients who are saying like and comment, and I will say it again, don't just say like and comment, grow my account with just like and comments. You just tell the person outrightly, and that is what your one-on-one is going to offer you, right? Even if you want me to do like and comments, ma'am, you will not experience the growth. This is exactly what I normally would do this is how exactly I work with my clients. Day one, I like to do this. I like to see your content structure. I like to create a content for you already. I would want to do this and this and this. I can see that your bio is not suiting what you want to sell. Is it possible for me to optimize your profile? That's already priced there. So just likes and comments, no engagement. You even write your results. In your price there, write no guaranteed outcome. Just, you should have the staircase so that as the person is increasing his package or his ratio or the amount or the value that he wants you to do, he's also, as he's going down, yes, the price style is increasing. As it's an increasing value, the more the charge and the more the guarantee. So if somebody says I would want you to do at least, let's say your final price style is like 3 hours per day, 3 content across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, spending 3 hours, curation of post and posting. Let's say that is your fattest offer. You can now go to the end, like the end bracket, because like I said, when you're creating your pricing tag, I don't know whether I should show you the one we did for the phoenixgateshq pricing tag. I'll make an attempt towards that. So but what I would say is that once you write, you should write what is obtainable. So the first column, what you're offering, like the value you would want to offer. The second column is the amount, the duration, or the deliverables. Then the final column should involve your guarantee. So if the person cannot go down the tile, you should know, so that when I'm working with you and you say it's only like and comment that you want, you don't want me to spend more than 1 hour on your account, I will tell you outrightly, madam, if I do that, your account is not going to grow But if you still insist that I'm going to work with you on that basis, then fine and good, let's do this. You go ahead and you do it for her. She'll be contented. So it means that for you to have that lower pricing tiers, as much as possible, find ways to dissuade people from doing that. You can also say things like your slots for that particular package is filled up, so that you don't stress yourself. One of the things I've realized is that once people are not willing to pay money for what you're offering them, especially when you have taught so well and all that, it's always a red flag that they might be troublesome. That's just the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most people who have money will just say, I beg, give me the best, so let me just work with you on based on that. So I'm telling you, it's very important that you have your price tiers. So since it's niche specific, I just tried using social media manager, but please, you should interpret that for your several niche, right? Please go ahead and interpret that for your several niche. Then part of the things that, so I talked about the tiered pricing packaging. So within the tiered pricing packaging, another thing you can do is to anchor. Okay, if you do this, if you pay for this particular tier, I will add this for you. I will add this for you. That's what is called the anchorage. I will add, okay, so let's say now okay, let me use mine, the way I work. If you want me to probably just, you don't know anything about business, and one-on-one, you want to establish a fresh online business, one of the things I tell you is, do you want it done for you, or would you want to do it yourself? So all of you in this boot camp now, you are do it yourself. There is a done for you aspect. Those clients, they meet me, they tell me that, okay, I would want to set up a business. Like I said, this monetization boot camp, once I allow all of you to probably create all the things you need to create, I lock it up. They don't do it done for you, do it yourself, is that I'll be circling people through this recording and tell them, oh yeah, go and watch day one, day two. The next thing, like I said, that will differentiate you guys from them is that they are going to have a workbook. So they will just be filling it as they are going. Once they are done, it will become like a business document for them, right? By the time they are getting to day 3, everybody already has a community, or like everything will be automated. Then the done for you is that the person will say, okay, handle all this. I'll ask you, where do you want to have your platform and all that. So anchorage is that consultation. If you do this, if you decide to work with me on pricing tier 2, right, I am going to give you a free consultation and optimization of your LinkedIn profile and or any other profile across what's the word now, across all social media platforms. Another thing I can even tell you is that I can tell you that I'll give you free consultation, and then I'll give you an opportunity to jump on another one-on-one call with me, maybe once a month, until we get your desired results. So you can see that you don't just say, okay, this is what I do, and you leave it to the person. That's how do you know that you're not worth any money that they'll pay you. So they'll be pricing you peanuts. But if you have systems that also protects you and makes you happy to work. So I've seen a lot of people, even in my community, I used to ask them then, okay, how much do you want to be paid? Then the person will say, ma, I think, what if I say 150? And I'm like, 150, how much is data? So I'm sure that in your list yesterday of your budgets, I'm sure you wrote data and all that and many other things, light source, because of course, for the people who are in the global south, you know that having alternative power source is very important, whether you're having a generator or a panel, like a solar panel. It means that if you are earning in the billions, it should be easier for you to even build a solar plant in your house, because you know that no matter what, you're going to have clients who are going to turn this over. Okay, so if you have questions so far, let me hear. Okay, so we did the pricing psychology, anchoring. Make sure that you tell the person, okay, if you get this, if you want to take this, I'm going to do free this, free that. A lot of people like it. They want to know that they're using one stone to kill two birds. Then another one will be you can literally, okay, another one will be that you make plans for retainer. Okay, if you're going to work with me for just 1 month, I think that's what I did with that man. I told him, if I'm going to work with you for just 1 month, this is how much I'm going to charge. But if I'm going to work for 6 months straight, which is the requirement, with the required minimum as much as possible if you are looking for that result that you're talking about. For me, what I even did for that particular client was that I told him that, okay, if you know that you're going to be super busy because the person is very, very busy, I told him that, okay, you can give me one of your staff in your company, or give me a group of your staff in your company. I'll just take them on a group lecture once, tell them what I do, everything I do, I hand it over to them, so that since you're very busy and you want a do it yourself, this is also how you can get it done. So you can have all these other options, and if you don't, that's why it will be looking like what you're doing is very cheap. And another thing is that I've realized that a lot of people look down on what they even offer on a normal day. A lot of people look down on what they even offer on a normal day, and like I will say it over and over again, it's a red flag. Whatever it is that your hand finds doing, but do it well. Okay, so I said have prices for your one time people. So if you are a virtual assistant, you can tell the person that, okay, if I'm going to work with you, because that's lots of freelancers, they don't even think in this direction that I'm telling you. I'm serious. I've gone for pricing classes. I've never had anybody even talk about this in the sense of asking if the person could pay for like a stretched. One of the challenges we normally have for freelancers is that all of a sudden contracts just end abruptly. Sometimes those clients just disappear. But if you're consistently building your personal brand, it means that you can't run away across all platforms. I gave you guys an example yesterday, right? So it just simply means that, okay, for this person, when you tell the person, okay, if you're going to pay a one-time payment and you can pay for 3 months, I'm going to bring down the cost to this. But if you prefer to pay per month, then this is what I would charge you. But then you have to pay 50% upfront. You have to pay 75% upfront. You have to pay 100% upfront. It depends on your niche. Depends on your niche, right? Depends on your niche. Or if the person is not comfortable, especially maybe if you're a beginner and you've not been building your personal brand, you can tell the person that you guys can use an issue. I taught you guys yesterday, so if you missed out on it, please just check back. Okay, so another in all these things I've said, right, there are baselines across countries, but the reason why I'm emphasizing all the things that I'm emphasizing is so that your mind will not be thinking local, global south. Let's say you're from Nigeria and you're joining this call right now. Don't be thinking about what every other person in Nigeria is charging. What you should be thinking about is how much value can I add into what I can offer. So based on the classes that we did, even in this our course, we did this course for 30 days, right? We're already getting to 30 days. What you would want to tell yourself is there anything even in this course that I can add? I can tell my clients that I can do this, that I can strengthen my value with. So you make a list. I told you guys outrightly from courses. I think it was just Rabia to that. When I posted the link for the free courses, was just Rabia to that commented. So I don't know any other person who probably watched but didn't really say anything about it. So when you add on those certifications or you're improving your portfolio, you find out that you are likely going to charge better than the average people within your niche. And when you've learned the buzzwords or the language of your niche, it will be easier for you to charge as high as possible. Like I said, it's the last time I checked what I was doing. In fact, I went on a live. Was it on Sunday? Was it on Sunday? I can't remember now. And I heard somebody talking about this thing that I gave you guys like this. And the person was saying that she would do this thing that we did in 3 days. She's going to do it in 3 days, and she was charging them. She said it was $3,500, but for the purpose of something K1. All these things are still pricing psychology. She was going to give them as $350. In fact, these things that we did here, like I told you guys, these 5 pillars that we did, I've never ever seen a course that includes these 5 pillars. Never. I've just found that most people will just take one and just take off. So any community you see, they will just be doing international jobs. And I told you guys that if you raise your mind like that, you'll be solely dependent and you won't be able to scale. You won't scale. So we'll be talking about your dashboard might be reading $50,000, $100 million, but you will not see anything in your net profits because the platform will take its own. You too, you buy connect. I'm talking about what do they call it now? Upwork. I think there was one year somebody was showing us his dashboard, and he said he made, was it 2 million or something from Upwork, and 1 point something was what he put in. So you can see, anyway, like I said, I'm preparing all of you for exchange. If you know me very well, I'm very big on giving, right? So if you want to learn anything, pay for it. If you want just communities, just pay where you need to pay. Like I told you guys, I was building my systems. That's why I decided that, oh, rather than for me to have a month where I will not hold my challenge or my community or teach, I rather just leave it open so that anybody can come in. Afterwards, like I said, once it's May 31st, I will have been ready, because like I said, also my course will be live by the time we're going to be doing our meeting on the 12th of June. And I'm hoping that your courses as well will be available. So for the medical doctors who joined, I have something for you. That's all I can say. I have something for you that can be getting you, at least, if you're hardworking, you can make more than $1 million plus per month on the side while you work. If you're hardworking. But if you're very lazy, at least it can just give you like 6 figures. It can just be coming in to augment your salaries. Okay, that's why I decided to start carrying my people. So do we have any questions? So today we talked about the 4 things to pay attention to, how to price. 4 things. We talked about your time, your value. We talked about your time. Yes, we talked about, sorry, I'm reading something else. We talked about your time, we talked about your value, we talked about the comfort, and then the sustainability of your business. Those are the 4 things you'll be paying attention to. So when you're telling somebody to bring maybe 1 million, right, or you're telling somebody $1,000, it's not, hey, I'm charging $1,000. The question is, if you don't charge that high, in the next few years, do you think you'll be happy doing that work? So that's why I said, once you jump, prepare slide, have a client, like a meeting slide, that anytime somebody wants to tell me about what you do, you can just so that those are for the people who have curated their documents. That's where you're going to start from. You start from your hook, your community mission and vision, what you do, your value, everything. Once you get to a particular point, you can give the person a room. Sometimes what I normally do is, when I jump on the call, I'll allow you to talk first of all. I'm not here to sell. I say it every single time. So my goal is not, hey, okay, I'm on the call right now, let me quickly just sell to this Oyibo sharp. No, it's that the first thing you're going to do is hear the person out, right? You must exhibit some form of selflessness for you to have people work with you. Okay, so I think we're going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll just talk about the apps that we are going to use to create automated invoices. Like I said, what I want to do is I want to bring that particular guy that can create a sales system, but I need to discuss with him first. If it works, then it works, but if it doesn't, I'll let us know. Maybe we'll just continue with our curriculum before we come back to that. If we're able to do it within this camp, and if not, we might just do it in the paid camp. Okay, so like I told you, all the people who have come for this camp, I've given you everything, right? For the people who are going to be registering for the next camp, it won't be anything different. I told you the only thing will be, those people will definitely have the book, and then they will have the workbook. Okay, but if you put yourself to work, which is they done for you, that yes, do it yourself, you would have, I've told you, all the stress of you staying awake to write, to listen to the videos, to start writing out what you need to do the assignments, that's what will even give your mouth the energy to talk. You find out that your mouth will be sharp when you're on a call with anybody, because you have meditated so long. You just be in fact, that was what one of my clients said. He just said that no, this is the person that I know that I really want to work with. This intelligence, this person is very intelligent. That's what you should be hearing. And if you don't spend time, for some of you who want to do Ujuru, if you don't spend time with whatever it is you want to offer, you are deceiving yourself. And that's the whole concept of imposter syndrome. When you don't spend time, so you're paying attention to other niches, things that will not help you. And if you're not niched down, again, those are the things that can drain you, that can make you seem like you're very silly. When they ask you to talk, you'll be talking from one end to the other, okay? Or you're just spending time doing other things. But if you spend time writing out these things by yourself, sitting down, curating a brand story that will make anybody cry when they hear you, coming up with your vision and mission, coming up with your why, niching down, knowing where you are found on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, down to what you can offer, your content calendar. This one, I'm just summarizing some of the things that we've done so far. And I said it again, if you're super confused, just start from day one and always write, because you don't want to come back after watching and you feel like you've not learned anything. Always write. As soon as you see the assignments, you hit a spot, you see the prompts, just write them out, so that at the end you are leaving on your 30th day with documents to prove that you learned something. And like I said again, the more you spend time curating those things, you find out that you can now speak anywhere. People will call you, you will just be talking anywhere. They will call. In fact, even on ground, like I told you guys, that's the next phase for my company as well. We're mapping out the whole city of Abuja, and we want to be training people's workforce in that direction for personal branding, growing an online presence, because that's literally where the money is. And a lot of companies will save themselves a whole lot of headache if people are building, their workers are building purposefully online. A lot of people are just posting anything simply because they want to make money. So like I'm saying it again, for probably the YouTube hoppers, this is probably me saying it again. I always say it, that if once you're on any platform, for you to benefit better from that platform, it's always better you niche down so that you are a partner on any platform. So that in that case, you are not waiting on the platform to pay you. You are literally going to work so hard that the platform welcomes you, but then you still have your other sources of income, other pillars of income, multiple streams of income. So whether you're getting the international job and you're working, or you're creating course, so that anybody who watches, so you can imagine somebody who gets up to 100,000 views on his YouTube, who already has a course, who already has a community. You're going to be different from somebody who is a hustler, who is waiting for a paycheck to come in every month, who is posting anything, who is commenting wickedness just to drive traffic. I think one app I saw was that because of this whole this man's trial, I'm not going to call his name because I don't know if they've cancelled him as well here before my post to go with it, but the person literally is taking advantage of the trials and is mixing up story, bringing up a lot of celebrities and creating thumbnails about it and spreading it. And one of the comments, I just said, okay, let's say these trials on an average is not going to last more than 6 weeks. So you have built propaganda and people have come, they subscribe to your page, and you're deceiving a lot of people, because that is sheer deception. You're deceiving a lot of people to think that this is actually true about this guy, which is not true. But because you want traffic, now you have gained traffic. How do you monetize wickedness? That's what I'm asking. So you see some people enter people's lives and they will say, you don't do a jawo before. You don't. I mean, anybody could be your destiny helper, as TikTok calls it, but you're there spreading vials, and it's because you don't have a personal brand. So I've said it again, if you're just joining, please pay attention to day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. That's when we did our personal brand, we did niching down, then we prepared you for, we prepared you for building community, like how to get other people on board. Now that you figured out yourself, we said it, if you are late to any business, you need help. So you need to outrightly ask people for help in some places. And asking for help doesn't mean I beg. No, it's, these are my strengths, this is what I can do. Is it possible for me to offer this, do this for you? Or can we join forces to build a community, something? My last 2 boot camps or 3 boot camps, I brought one doctor and a pharmacy together to start a particular community, and they were charging people very well. I think for each student then, I'm not sure, I think either 25 or so, 25k per student. And imagine if they have like 100 students coming to that community every month, if they are doing their work. You know that kind of side money is a good money. Okay, so do we have any questions? Sorry guys, today I'm so tired. I didn't even believe I was going to speak. That's why I even moved the event today, and then I mistakenly now posted just before this event, so it was super distracting for me. Please, I apologize, but I hope you understood. For some of you who listened in, please, if you understood all that we discussed so far, say yes. And so the assignment for the night is that you are going to come up with your price tiers, your pricing tiers. I can just look at it. For those people who submit, I can just gloss over it. So you're going to come up with your pricing tiers, and based on your values, you can just look at your list of values and decide what you can do, so that we can. And then another thing will be for, give me a moment. Another thing will be for, if you're super confused about what people charge averagely on your network of influence. Like I said it again, please, I beg you. I know you've heard a lot of people say just type in ChatGPT and they'll tell you what you charge. The only ChatGPT pricing tiers you should accept is the one for international platforms. You see the one for global south, please don't accept it. I beg you with God. I don't know how to beg you, but please don't accept it. Like I said, if you improve on your packaging, which if you do the assignment, I'll be able to see. If you improve on your packaging, it will be easier for you to charge better, right? So you can say, ChatGPT, what is the amount charged for this particular niche in the US, in the UK, just ask, have all of them, look at them very well. Then you can also just prompt it to ask how what other value, so for your specific niche, please, what other values can be added to there was something I called it under sales psychology, right? I called it anchorage, all other services that can be anchored to what I offer. So you look at those services. By the time you check them out and it's something you can do, that means you need to spend time again. Like I said over and over again, guys, you're not free. You're the one that thinks that it's only when you get a job that you're free. You're not free. In fact, when you get a job is an opportunity that might impinge on your growth. Jobs are sometimes opportunities that can impinge on your growth. So if you don't take out time now to build structures, you find out that you'll just be walking around the clock with nothing to show for it. And guess what? It's good to be passionate, right? But then if you're paid well, you'll be more happier. You'll be more fulfilling. You even be taking TEDx talks. Like you'll be going from one community to other to share. And then you become a public speaker. Most people become public speakers from the confidence of their victories. And trust me, that's why when imposter will literally die a natural death in your life. Okay, will literally honor life, a natural honor life in your life. Okay, so please, questions. I think I've stretched the class by 7 minutes. I didn't plan to stay more than 1 hour today, but because I had so many distractions, I apologize. So please, guys, quickly. Any questions? If we don't have questions, I'm going to be calling it a night. Let me do my silent live streaming. I'm waiting. I'm hoping that the reason why you're waiting on me. What's the word? Please, any question? If there's no questions, we're done for the day. So I'll say good night, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you joined from. See you tomorrow. And then, like we said, we'll start rounding off. Please, now I think we always forget. I want the list of our speakers for June 8th. Please, the list of our speakers for June 8th, so that I can help us properly. This is actually my church. Okay, so I want the list of our speakers. Please help me so that I know what I'm doing. So if you don't have any further questions, please, we're done for the night. Let me just prime my account. I've not primed it enough. I've not really been having time. So do have an amazing night, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, I can see the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much. Let me just type in the group for maybe. I just hope some people have not slept off. Okay, why am I laughing? Okay, so let me go straight to the group and be dropping. This name rings a bell. Mrs. Fire is like, this is the first time you're coming here, right? Because I've not seen you in this comment session before. Please help me. Now I'm trying to work. I have designed to do this night. You can just help me answer that question. Aha! Because I know that I know everybody. Oh, I know everybody in this comment. How are you doing? But it's been a whole while. It's really been a while. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, dear ma'am. I hope you're in the community. Let me write the assignments for them here. So you're welcome, my excellent Minister Esther. Kindly start meditating through the services we'll be offering. Thank you so much, Rosha. See you. Have a great night rest as well. Bye, my darling happiness. I've missed you today. I just hope it was not a tough note. So please, if people have any challenge, just leave it in the community. Let me help you people. Oh. I hope it's not over the board. Like I said today, I was super distracted, but I tried to simplify it. It's my church, oh. I snapped this picture on Sunday. So yeah, so that's part of the things you can also do. You can grab very beautiful backgrounds that you can save up to your systems or your phone, so that if you're going to have some of these virtual meetings and you're not comfortable with your workspace, you can be using them for now. But like I said, the reason why my hair is properly cut, like it's looking neat, is because my background is white and plain. Most times what people would always say is that you should use a green screen. So you can see the challenge is that at some point I might be disappearing, and if the person knows that it's possible for you to disappear, it will be giving that fake, you won't be able to charge what you desire. So but once you use a green screen, that's why if you use a green screen, you can use any background and it will be neat, very neat. But you couldn't. No, financial aid is always there for Coursera. Financial aid is always there. Always there. Except maybe you've applied for the financial aid before. That's where the challenge is. But let me still share the video. Once you watch the video, I did step by step and I did slowly. I think somebody else in the community what's her name? Rabia too. So maybe you might want to reach out to Rabia too and ask her how did she do it, because she left the comments on that place. That's why I told you guys, as much as possible, guys, let's our mind be focused on visibility. So if you do something and you're confused, maybe you watched it and you're confused, next thing you're going to do is just type it there as it hot. So when Rabia watched it, she even said that she followed it and she praised the fact that it was very simple to understand. So what I'll do is I'll still share the link again. The way I posted that video was not so good. That's why it didn't even have much views. But I just told myself, every time in every bootcamp, anybody who wants to get free certification can just watch the video. And it's 3 minutes long. Okay, the thing is that even me right now, my impression is very low, very, very low. And sincerely, I don't care. But most times what happens is that you have to post every day consistently at a particular time of the day if you want your impressions to keep accumulating, to keep going up. Yeah, so you guys can ask me LinkedIn talk. I'm trying to design. I'm preparing my contents for tomorrow and next week. So I'll be here for a while. If you have any questions, you can be asking me. So when it comes to impression, I told you guys, find places of traffic, people who have traffic. Like, you can come under my post. You don't just write straight. Like I told you guys, write something a little bit tangential that can literally make people sit down and read. Make people read and say, wow, this is correct. Or you can talk about your storytelling, talk about yourself. That's what I do. Then I turn on notifications for top guys in our niches. So in the morning, I comment at least on 10 posts, at least sometimes 10 posts, which is very low. And I just comment. I don't post because I don't have time. That's just the truth. If I start commenting, doing all this LinkedIn nonsense, may God have mercy on me. I don't want to say nonsense, but if I want to start doing all those algorithm marker, it will just take my time and I'll lose my day. So I've told myself that will not be the first thing I want to do when I wake up. So, but if you want to build your impressions, you have to spend time on LinkedIn. I'm spending time. Some people even recommend you not commenting on less than 30 posts per day. That's number one. Not commenting on less than 30 posts per day. Then comment where there are traffics, right? That's number two. Number three, like when you guys notice me, every single time I tell people to probably react to when I'm offering things, like for some of you came to the camp, I made sure people shared my post. That's another way to share, to get impressions. But the impression is usually very low because it's dependent on the person. Because most people who need my help are usually people who are just starting, so their impressions might not be anything serious for me. It might not really help me, but at least I still ask for it. That's the thing. But that's why your CTAs are very important. You have to tell people, okay, if I'm going to do this for you, you do this for me. And I've noticed that in the camp, I've not seen anybody give any serious CTAs. And I've been shouting it every single day. All of you, none of you, they hear. So that's how to build. And then for your impressions, you have to post consistently every day at a particular time. And make sure that you don't your your last post does not do a day ago. That's how me I know it, right? And you make sure that your next post must be in 24 hours time, else your impression will keep dipping like that. So the more, like for me, I think on I didn't post on Saturday because of here, and then I went for a conference. I was preparing a whole lot. I did videoing, I did a lot of things on Saturday, so I didn't post on Saturday. When I posted on Sunday, that my post would have done very well, but because I had not posted on Saturday, it just went down completely. So I knew. So I generally I know how my post performs, especially when I don't show up consistently. But for people who are just starting out, I always tell them to stay on the platform as much as possible. It will help you. Then you can spotlight people too, to improve your impression. Spotlight people. Anybody that you've noticed in the community that has been a part, has helped you in one way or the other, spotlight them. And don't just put one person. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4 persons and just share your journey. If all of them are good to you and they decide to share the post, especially because after you post, you do not ghost. Me, when people spotlight me and they ghost, I used to know. Because if you spotlight me and you schedule it, my dear, I'll just do like I did not see it though. Because it's not me that you carry your dry post and put in front of my profile. Because when I repost your post, anybody who searches me will see you. So that's why it's very important that at least you show some form of sacrifice by, okay, you spotlight people, spotlight at least 3 persons. If they share you, you'll be increasing your impressions like that, like that, like that. And the thing with a very built impression is that once your impression has crossed a particular level, no matter what you write, even if you write nonsense, even if you write rubbish, your post will do well. So all those drama that all those content writers, may God forgive me, and I write content too. Before somebody will say I'm castigating the niche, all those drama about saying people are saying your content is your content, that's not really true. When it comes to LinkedIn and visibility, you have to spend time there, else you forget it. Okay, not lovely. You can share it with me. Let me go and see my LinkedIn post. So for the YouTube live hoppers, I know that you are the ones that started coming now. If you have any questions about LinkedIn, you can ask me. I'm more than here to answer. Consistency step 1. Now set allowing strategy with income, visibility without value. Showing up is good, but showing up with the plan to convert. Awesome. Please, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. So I don't mind. Hmm. Hmm. I hope you're not using the same comment across all borders. That's where the challenge might be. If you are copying, um, if you are if you are using, like, you're using the same templates, like you're copying and you're pasting on people's comments, or you are not engaged, like you're not adding a particular time thought, or you're writing thanks for sharing, you're just spreading thanks for sharing, they can restrict your comments. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes, and especially for communities, a lot of communities that does these engagements, what do they call it, pods. Sometimes they restrict some of their comments because they those people share links that have, what do they call it, that has a key that lets LinkedIn know that they are coming from a particular group. So some of those things can happen. The only thing is that if it resolves after a while, normally LinkedIn can resolve it for you. But then you should also watch your comments and your conversation. Okay, so we're gonna call it a night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I've been able to do all that. Who are the people coming in? Do you have any questions? If you have any questions for LinkedIn, please let me know. So that you're having trouble getting international remote work, you're having trouble starting your business. If you have any questions, you're probably meeting me for the first time. Kindly. And if you'd like to join our community that will only be free till 31st of May. After 31st, it is a paid community. Awesome.
soon be tired of me. Now I can reach my granddaughter anytime. She will soon be tired of me. Now I can reach my granddaughter anytime. She will soon be tired.
I used to be just a fruit. Thick, glossy, a top-tier emoji, a certified thirst trap. Now when I send a selfie, blocked, shadow banned, reported by grandmas. One time I just winked at a zucchini and got my account deleted in 14 countries. I was tired, man. Tired of being seen as just a fruit with curves. So I did something no one expected.
That's worse.
Relax. Okay? Look at my friend. There's no buckle up, let's get it.
Okay, let me just call in the night. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by.